Drivin Ivan here at the Larz Anderson Car Museum in Boston, Massachusetts. And it is cool. It's in a castle, and I think I'll show you that at the end because this place is so amazing. And it's got a wild collection of cars. The Andersons were world travelers, very successful, but they actually left this beautiful estate to their workers. So their house is no longer there, that was up at the top of the hill, but they were amazing people who had an amazing car collection. And this is the carriage house, believe it or not, where the horses were, with the horse staff upstairs, which is no longer open. But I'll show you all the cars, so smash that like button and subscribe, and buy me a coffee if you can. It's expensive to travel the world and show you all this stuff. But anyway, let's get going. They also have a contest coming up where you could win a Porsche. So I'll show you where that is and how to see that. But this is it. Let's get going because this museum is stunning. Look at this. 1970 Subaru 360 Sambar. My friend actually had a small little Subaru, kind of like this one right here. He's going to love this. This one's for you, Derek. It's actually that one right there. This is the Honda version, the Z600, but this was the Subaru 360. And yeah, my friend had one of those. Not in this condition though, but yeah, this one's looking really good. Look at that little Honda. These are the micro cars, as you can tell. Not this one. This is a 1991 Mercedes-Benz 190 E 2.5 16 valve, and that's the one you want. I actually drove one of these. In a gray color, a little lighter gray than this. These are great. You know, women love these cars. It's the Nissan Figaro. And as you see, it's sort of built to be just like a Fiat 500 or an Auto Bianchi, I would say, is more what it's actually trying to look like. 1965 Honda C100. And look at that. A very cool 65 Honda as well, C110 Sport Cub. And then the 96 Honda ACTX HA4, all in a room with Drink Guinness and all these classic cars. The car displays here are just amazing in and of themselves. That gives you an idea of the outside. I'll show you that again, but really cool, huh? But there's just car displays all over the place here, and car videos too. But look at that, very, very cool. They do have some die-cast stuff. And, oh wow, look at that. Super, super cool there, huh? Try to show you everything in here. There's so much to see. It's not super, super huge, but considering it was a, you know, kind of a carriage house for horses and things like that, it is very huge. Mazda Cosmos, right? That's pretty cool. Look at all these interesting cars. Let's go back in here. This is a 91 Honda Beat, and I do a driving review of this one. Do search Drivin Ivan in any car. I have been reviewing some really cool cars lately. This and the Suzuki Cappuccino as well. But look at their display of old cars. Their old car display is downstairs. Look at that wonderful Bugatti Type 35. Oh my God, I want that on my wall very badly. That is beautiful. Just try to show you all of the models here. And there you go. This place is great. Francis Domohoski Collection, A Passion Beyond Scale. There you go. Look at that. Citroen SM, Citroen DS. A lot of cool stuff there. Try to show you slow moving. Look at that. Volvo P1800. Some standouts for me. I love those. That's an amazing color right there. Triumph TR4 maybe, TR3, TR250. I know you guys will correct me in the comments, but I just like to shout out the names of cars. I know I'm close. Yeah, these little K cars are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love them. Now this is 2012 Lexus LFA, and it's got a lot of carbon fiber. These wheels, by the way, man, I mean, that is, they almost look like Lancia rally wheels, like those racing wheels. I have a Lancia Delta Integrale. I love rally cars. Look at the interior on this one. Stunning, very analog car. I think, they're just instant classics, even though they're kind of new, 2012. But I think they've been selling for $1.2 to $1.6 million. And, just a Kia Toyota's statement on, we are an enthusiast car. This is when they came out with the Lexus RC, the IS. I love the Sport Cross, the old wagon of the original IS. Really cool car. The wagon was just so cool. I always wanted a sport wagon because they're just so cool looking. But the Kia Toyota is a serious racer, and Lexus, of course, their luxury brand. So check out my review of the Lexus RC. They sent me to Monticello to review that, and I do a split lap time between the V6 and the V8 engine. Definitely want to check that out. But also check out my Lexus IS reviews. I reviewed that at Rockingham Speedway, plus many, many others. The Lexus LS I reviewed in, where was I? Out in Phoenix, I believe, or Arizona somewhere. And of course, I have a video, very controversial among sports car and car people like myself, but is the Toyota Prius the best car in the world? Search Drivin Ivan in that. I even compare the Prius to my Porsche 911 in a sense. Porsche versus Prius, that video. This is a car that I've always loved, the Mazda RX-7 in a kind of a cool primrose yellow almost. It's really cool, actually. Look at the contrast here. Both wonderful Japanese car. The rotary engine here. I have a 1990 RX-7 with a LT1 in it. That's a really cool video you should check out. There's the NSX. I reviewed the new NSX, actually. Love pink cars. That's pretty cool, too. Look at us. The stuff they have here is amazing. That's a 78 RX-7, by the way. Look at that. Wow, what a beauty. Their gift shop is extraordinary, so if you visit, you can get little, very cool toy models like this one. Look at that Subaru WRX, and some really cool stuff, of course, 911. And again, I'll get to that 911 they're giving away in a second. But look at this. Even old automotive advertisement. Look, this is 1977 Porsche catalog. How cool is that? I wouldn't mind taking that home with me. 1965 Le Mans. Look at that. How cool is this? Automobilia is really cool. And they have a lot of it here. We're going to get to these cars in a second. Just you wait. But look at it. Even hats up here. How cool is that? Alpha male, huh? That's awesome. Ooh, very cool hat, too. Or scarf, or I don't know what that is. Maybe I'll have to see if I can get some swag from this place. Very cool car books, and wow, look at that. Whew. That is nice. Spider Touring Grand Sport. That is awesome. Just going through the gift shop here, and just a lot of cool stuff. Don't worry, I'll get back to the cars in a second, but automotive ads, like, look at that, Caribbean Capers. The Cuban Grand Prix races of 57, 58, and 60. I mean, who the heck wouldn't want to read that if you're a car person? XK140, Jaguar. Hopefully I'll have a review of one of these coming up soon, but I do have a lot of Jag reviews. But these were absolutely true to their name. Whether it was the XK120, the 140, they were actually good for that. You can see my video on the XJ220. That's one of my most popular videos from back in the day, for an absolute 220 miles per hour. But this one is very cool. Red interior, all black and speedy looking with the wire wheels. Absolutely lovely. 71 Honda CB750. I learned to ride a motorcycle in a Honda Rebel 450. This is the original NSX, beautiful car. You'll see when I review the later one. It was designed by a female designer, but you'll be intrigued to see what I think of the design of the later.
You have entered a restricted area.
Uh-oh.
Please back up.
I've entered a restricted area. I walked too far over. I walked too far over. There's the Z car there. I have entered a restricted area. Okay. 1974 260Z. I also have the, is it the MHZ, the one that they modify these, kind of like Singer modifies the Porsches. But the original Z car, absolutely stunning, beautiful. And here we go with their
Porsche 911 that they're giving away is a 2024 Porsche 911 plus $30,000 cash, so you can pay the taxes. And if you want to enter, go ahead and freeze that, and there you go. You can have a chance to win this car. It goes to a good cause. This museum is really awesome. Shifting perspective of the Japanese car revolution. That's what's going on here. And this is then a later 1978 Datsun 280Z. The same color too, basically. This one's got red on the side, which is kind of cool. But 1974, they came out in about 1970. And I remember my neighbor had one. Great looking cars. They do have events here all year round. So yes, if you're ever in the Boston area, you have to stop by here and see this collection. BBS looking wheels on this one. But the two-tone's very cool. Look at this one. Suzuki. Honda CB750 here. And yes, here in the Anderson Carriage House. 2021 Suzuki Jimny. Wish I could get you more of a side angle there, but it's very rugged and cool looking, isn't it? Absolutely. Wow, very, very cool. And look, here's a bit of a history of the horses. If you like saddles and old horse things, the carriage house tack room. This was it. Wow, that's cool. Look at that. Okay, we're heading downstairs to see their old car collection. How cool is that? I think it's very cool, actually. Look at this. And, you know, the automotive art that they have around here is so, so cool. As is the construction of this building. I mean, it's really, really cool. Okay, so yeah, down here, it's done up like a kind of a service station almost. Look at all those cool signs. X-side. Wow. Look at this right here. There's this collection of old motor oil and fluids. And, wow, old boat engines, right? That is really cool. Wow, I bet that go-kart was fun. That's pretty much what my Lotus Europa is like right there. Or like a 911. That's why the 911 is so fun, my air-cooled 911. By the way, watch my 911 video. I bought the cheapest Porsche 911. I tell you what I paid for my 82 Targa. I also have a 996 Carrera 4 Cabriolet. And a very cool looking 914. I call my Superbird. I have a Boxster Tiptronic on purpose. And 928 as well. And I've had a 944. I review all of those. Look at these past events here on the lawn here. Very, very cool. And wow. Really, really great place to have a car event, I will tell you. Antique Auto Rally, Larz Anderson Park, 1967. Wow. Happy motoring. Okay, here we are into their private collection, 26 Lincoln 7 Limousine and Panhard 8 Levasseur. Wow. 1912 Renault. What Renault? I reviewed the Renault 5 Turbo. That's a pretty cool Renault. Also Peugeot, of course, and lots of Citroens too. 25 Luxor Taxi, 1903. Gardner Serpolet, 1908. Bailey Electric. That's right. There was at one time a battle for whether it would be electric cars or actually gas-powered. And of course, gas-powered won out, but that's, you know, Tesla back then was a big proponent of that. But anyway, 1907 Fiat Tipo 5060. Yes, I'm talking about in the old days. Look at that huge Fiat race car. Wow, that is awesome. I guess it was a race car. Look how long that chassis is. Absolutely stunning. The Electromobile from 1905. There was a whole class at the Amelia of electric cars recently, and I show you all those too. So that's a video worth checking out. Look at that right there. Wow, that's a stunner. Just this is their own private collection. That's the Renault Torpedo there. Speaking of Renault, I guess they liked French cars. I like French cars too. Do check out my Barbie Dream Wagon, my pink Citroen CX wagon that I call my Barbie Dream Wagon. 1899 Winton Phaeton. Again, search Drivin Ivan in any car. 1901 Winton Bullet Buckeye. 1900 Rocher Schneider. And look, pre-cars, you had these motorized bicycles, and they've got them. Look at that, Columbia. Everybody knows that name for bicycles, right, from the 60s, but look at that one. I should post it. I actually rode one of these big wheel bikes. I used to ride like freestyle bikes, and I've been riding them again. I tell you how to drop in and fly out of the skate park even. But yeah, riding one of these is definitely intimidating, and it's definitely a process that you have to learn, the big wheel bicycles. Really cool display of old cars down here. And it's certainly not every day you get to see something like that. Wow, look around this room here. Look at the stuff on the wall and everywhere. It's just, they were true automotive enthusiasts, and it's so nice that we still get to see this collection here at this great Larz Anderson Museum. Just amazing. If you want to read all about it, just press pause right here. And here we see them, Isabella Anderson and Larz Anderson. Nice to see all about them. And you can press pause there if you'd like to read about Larz, and if you'd like to read about his wife, right there. But here's a timeline. You should really come to this museum. Beautiful, beautiful grounds. There's even a park here, and just absolutely a very cool collection of antique and newer cars as well. There's a couple outside too. Wow. That Fiat is just so impressive, isn't it? How often have you seen a Fiat like that? I just imported my Fiat Barchetta from Europe. I have an extra one for sale, actually, so if you're interested. That and a Ginetta G26 and an Alpina B7 I have for sale right now. Maybe some other cars too. Looking to downsize the collection a little bit, so search what does Drivin Ivan drive, and I am posting some for sale videos too, so to show you exactly what's for sale. But this is a really cool collection here. 1915 Packard limousine. 1919. No, it's a 1906 actually. CGV Chiron Giraudot Evois. Just amazing old car collection here. They were definitely innovative back then with this collection, I think. And very kind people too, to leave everything to their workers. How about that? Look at this thing. Wow. Look at the body on that. Just really, really cool. So this is the grounds of the museum, and you'll notice, of course, there's one of the higher ups here driving out in his nice little Mini there. Very cool looking Mini, nice wheels and everything. But look at the grounds. Look how beautiful this is. I just happen to be here in a beautiful time of year, and this is really, really a stunning place to visit. A beautiful park. And here comes a G-Wagon. Look at that. There you go. So there's car people here. I actually drove the kids' car over there, which is a manual Ford Focus, which I do a used car review on. That's a really fine looking G-Wagon there. But there you go. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I've enjoyed bringing it to you. I show you these museums and car shows like I'm your car guy buddy walking around. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, feel free to buy me a coffee, link below. Search all of my car videos, but also search Beatles in London and Liverpool by IvanKatz. And I see a real Beatle in that video. Also search U2 in Dublin, and all the car museums in Europe too. Pagani, Ferrari, Lamborghini. I even toured Lamborghini with a private tour from Valentino Balboni, their test driver from back in the day, in 1999 at the museum. I'm starting to post some of my older videos. That's a pretty cool video on YouTube. What else? Jim Morrison's Life and Death in Paris, Jimi Hendrix's Life and Death and Lady Friends in London. I also play all the instruments. I'm a musician, singer, songwriter. Free Your Mind is a music video you'll want to check out. It's got some of my musical instrument collection, and also some of my car collection in it as well. It was my COVID project. So I hope you'll watch that one. And what else? Disc golf videos and literal video for Chris Isaac's Wicked Game. That's a funny one to watch. I play all the instruments on Hotel California. What else? Some REM songs like Losing My Religion and Southern Central Rain, Laughing, and Radio Free Europe even. Maggie May I just did, Purple Haze, Cream White Room, and even show you here in Boston, the Boston House where Tom Schultz recorded the album, and even where Aerosmith first hung out in an apartment. And I might even tell you more about the rock history of Boston in another video soon that I'll shoot hopefully this trip. But I do hope you've enjoyed this tour of this awesome museum, and thank you so much for watching. Search any car in Drivin Ivan. I am Drivin Ivan.